I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Art Appreciation with PleasantKenobi. I am the magic content creating equivalent of Neil Buchanan from Art Attack, apart from I'm not going to stick a load of pasta shells to some paper with my own semen. In this series, I look to appreciate the art of Magic the Gathering by engaging in some art of my own, using such tools as Microsoft Paint, a real artist's program. My artist skills are absolutely they're unmatched, so you'll see how beautiful this rendering of a card will be. I'd like you to play along in the comment section below as you start to get an idea of what the card could be. It could be anything from a tournament stable to just a pet card of mine, but I'll try and make it a card that everyone will know. Comment down below telling us what you think it is, and we'll see who gets it right. The first person to get it right will win absolutely nothing. I also use this series to talk through things that I wouldn't really talk about on the channel otherwise, unless people really want me to, so perhaps it's something that I might turn into rants and discussions of other topics outside of Magic later down the line. But for now, I'm going to talk about something that is dear to my heart, which is Justice League. There is a helicopter flying overhead, because whenever I record, everyone else is being a massive dick. So, Justice League was a huge fucking disappointment, as I'm pretty sure everyone knows by this point. The people who were excited for it were upset, and the people who didn't want to see it were, you know, elated to see that it was bad. People seem to hate DC, and critics fucking hate Zack Snyder. So it feels like everyone's kind of happy that it was bad, but I was quite pissed off and upset. I'm a massive DC fan. I defended Man of Steel. I even defended Batman vs Superman. I know the Martha scene was awful. I know, but there was some really good things in that movie, like how Batman was. Batman was the good part of that movie. But Justice League is a very difficult film to defend. It's contrived and it's heartless. I mean, it's not quite as bad as Suicide Squad, but it certainly felt like studio meddling and a lack of clear artistic direction meant the movie came out shallow and very unfulfilling. So major characters were reduced to trite and tired archetypes, which is painful to see in a movie like Justice League where it's using such strong and important and interesting characters. Emotionally resonating characters or background information where we can relate to them is shrugged off in favour of just heavy exposition after heavy exposition. They almost get it right with the Flash, so we've got some spoilers coming up here, so if you don't want spoilers, I'm afraid you're going to have to click off, guys. But the Flash has a father figure in jail, and he's longing to prove his father's innocence, for killing his mother or some such thing. But this felt more like setting up the motivations for a spin-off movie than fleshing out the character and making us relate to him or understand his motivations. It feels like a bullet point or a design document issued in a board meeting by someone higher up than a character art put together by a writer who cares about the character or the source material. So again, it felt contrived. Aquaman has it even rougher. His initial meeting with Mera, his future lover and important member of his own canon, is reduced to moody quips about his past events and to set up a backstory or exposition or loose motivations for actions in a solo Aquaman movie. And yeah, they do all this inside a fucking air bubble. So yeah, we have two members of the Atlantean race, or one half human, half Atlantean in Aquaman, who are people that live underwater and they have to communicate inside an air bubble. It doesn't make any fucking sense, and it just feels so rushed to screen. Like it's almost like they didn't even try. The scene was fucking lame. Then you got the big bad boy, Steppenwolf, who was just a big strong man with nothing unique about him. His fanaticism with regards to the mother boxes is downplayed and not really focused on, and his abilities are just that he's big and strong, which is pretty dull for just a League villain. The CGI was really mediocre for him as well. He always looked like a villain from a PlayStation 2 game. Every fight with him was an overly CGI'd snooze fest, not dissimilar to the clusterfucks found in Transformers. Like the fights where there's so much going on, you're not really sure what's going on, and the stakes are so low you just don't care. Overall, all of the action set pieces had little to no actual threat or escalation in them, meaning I just got bored watching the fights and watching things fight. Like I say things because any sense of human scale or human element to the fights is kind of lost. There's one bit where they try to they get the Flash shot in the leg, so we can't run around just solve the whole problem, which means that they're already trying to downplay the Flash's powers in order to make him weaker, to make the fights still have merit to them, when really the Flash just run around really fast and fuck the whole thing up. Even the most inventive use of the powers that you could see what might be the strongest part of the movie is to see the Flash actually do Flash-like things, were ruined by the fucking trailers. There's a bit where the Flash runs around a wall and pushes a falling sword into one woman's hand at super speed. Ruined by the trailers. It's all in the trailers. So Oh, just stop ruining the fucking films by putting everything good in the trailers. However, it doesn't really seem much for your film if all the good stuff can fit into one trailer, so yeah. The movie had nothing to actually say about its own genre or about the human condition or about anything, really. I mean, it seems like the film was about heroism and bringing it back and going to this golden age, but nothing in this movie convinced me of that, or that people being overtly heroic other than going to fight a big alien angry man. You know the scene in Spider-Man Homecoming where Peter has to lift the toppled building up with his back and how he wants to give up, but he remembers the things his loved ones have said to him, and how he has a choice there as well. He could just, if he can get out of this scenario, he could stop being Spider-Man and just leave and go live secretly. And he has inner conflict and turmoil, and it leads to him being heroic and being a hero, being the Spider-Man that we know. Well, yeah, that was handled well and helped to develop a story arc for the character and made the film more compelling to watch, but the only arc in Justice League is Superman's, and that's because he goes from being dead to alive, and he's a little bit crazy in between. So he goes mad in between, so that's a surprise, isn't it? He goes a little bit crazy and has to fight the League momentarily because of course he fucking does. It's a tradition of comic books and comic book movies to have later allies fight because we're using the same simplistic storytelling that we used in the 70s for modern movies. Fuck my life. On the flip side, I saw Thor... On the flip side, I saw Thor Ragnarok about a week prior to Justice League, and I absolutely adored it. It has character development, a cohesive tone, a visual aesthetic that is both consistent and exciting, brilliant set pieces, fights that you care about, humour that works within the confines of its own setup, higher stakes than previous movies. Basically, Marvel is still smashing it out of the park with their movies, even if you are a bit fatigued with all the superhero fiction. They're redefining the whole subgenre in a way by implementing strong comedy. This movie is first and foremost a comedy movie, almost ahead of the action. But I am a massive DC fanboy. Like, I am more of a DC fan than I am Marvel when you get right down to it in terms of the characters and the comic books, but I really want DC to be an antithesis to what Marvel were doing, to be melodramatic and serious and alternative and a little bit darker in some ways, to use a phrase that's probably used far too much on the internet. But instead we get fucking Joss Whedon reshoots and studio intervention in to crush the movie into a crowded 2-hour runtime that means exposition takes precedence over actually engaging with its fucking audience. Oh god, it pisses me off. So yeah, I haven't really ranted on the channel about anything before, so I thought just as I was getting more and more annoyed with Justice League, I came out of the movie feeling empty and just a bit like, ugh. But then over time, I thought more and more and more and realised that actually I'm really pissed off at how just fucking shit it was. Oh, one more thing I just remembered. So, no matter what you say about Batman vs Superman, it was a strong film on a visual level, with some truly, like, beautiful setups. There were some shots in that film that were stunning, like Superman within the Day of the Dead, with all the people touching him and worshipping him as a god, and him hovering above the family before he saves them the flood. There's a lot of symbolism in this imagery as well. The courtroom explosion, the stealth of Batman when he's scrambling around that, like, boarded up fucking building. Visually, there's a lot of extremely distinct and stunning imagery in that movie. Justice League just doesn't do that. It's, except for re-rendering the already iconic costumes that we know, and the visual design, there's nothing to do with the fucking movie. Like, we know those costumes already. The movie's a blurry hodgepodge of messy CGI fights. I think the comparison to Transformers is really apt. It's taking a franchise that has, you know, it has a lot of fans that are going to watch it anyway, and then just doing nothing with it. Absolutely nothing with it. But in this case, we had, like, you know, fucking the gods, the pantheons of the DC universe, as opposed to fucking fighting cars that transform into guns and shit. Ugh, it's frustrating. Anyway, magic stuff, I think I'll go on to quickly now. Iconic Masters just come out, but it came out on the same day that Unstable spoilers were like ramping up as well, so I was really confused, and like my local groups weren't talking about it. I didn't know where my local drafts were. So no one was actually drafting it because no one liked the set, because apparently it's not a good set unless you can crack a box of 24 boosters and make £1,000 million. That's one thing that's been bugging me lately. I've been seeing people moan that when they open like Amonkhet or Hour of Devastation boxes, they're not making the money back and they're not getting a masterpiece. The irony being the masterpieces are the reason the card prices are so low, because everyone's buying so much product and opening so much product that standard card prices are going down, so you can't make your money back on these boxes. It's like a catch-22. Do you want the golden ticket or do you want valuable standard rares? Because the two things don't go hand in hand. But yeah, so Iconic Masters just been and went. I play quite a bit on Modo, and because I'm part of this sort of community where we play online and talk about online, that's kind of been my Iconic Masters, but like, a lot of my friends haven't touched it, and a lot of people who were going to buy boxes to crack for the value haven't done so, and it seems like it's been a bit of a flop. And it just brought me to a point about, like, fatigue. I feel like we're constantly spoiling stuff. Like, are spoilers for the new, like, Return to Dominaria, like, 25 Origins set or whatever the hell it is coming soon, and we haven't even finished Unstable spoilers yet, or they're finishing today? It's just maddening how we're just being bombarded with product after product after product. And the interesting thing is, if you watch videos like Alpha Investments, who's saying that, you know, taking some of Maro's comments recently to heart and being very, you know, deep diving into them, he's saying that Magic might be on a downturn. Not dying necessarily, people love to say Magic is dying, but that it's getting weaker in terms of number of people playing. Now, obviously things go through waxes and wanes, they go through highs, peaks and troughs, so perhaps Magic's just on a weaker element now, but is WotC doing the best they can to manage this situation by bombarding us with too many products? Because I'm finding it hard to keep up, and I make content about this. Like, your average, like, kitchen table gamer guy might just drop it for a little while to go buy some miniatures because it's just easier to keep up with Warhammer of all things. Like, so that's kind of scary, really, that fatigue is coming. So I really just wanted to voice my opinion on that I feel fatigued, that I'm finding it difficult to keep up with all the sets, but at the same time it's creating quite a negative air in the community. So we've got videos about, is Magic dying? And let's be honest, Magic dying is a topic that comes up in videos all the fucking time, so that's not a new thing. But it just seems to be like a prevalent thing at the moment. I don't think Magic is dying. I hope it's not dying, because the moment my YouTube channel starts to pick up any sort of growth would ironically be the moment that Magic dies, wouldn't it? Just to fuck me in the bum. So hopefully by this point you guys have guessed what I've been drawing. I hope you like this. I think I've really captured the imagination of the original art. I'm just going to quickly double check who the original artist is. The original art was done by Miles Johnston. I met him actually at GP Liverpool a couple of years ago, perhaps, I think it was, it might have been London, and I got him to actually sign and alter one of my Jessian Thieves. So I've got a Jessian Thief with a hat, top hat and a monocle, and ropes extending into the text box, and she's in the mini cube. I'm quite a fan of this card. She's in Iconic Masters at the moment. I've been playing a little bit in the draft format. She's a scroll thief that has prowess, which is pretty strong. So she's pretty good in limited. Drawing cards is obviously strong off of a creature, but the problem being that she's not good enough for limit. The problem being she's not good enough for constructed, should I say. I've tried to play her in Delver recently in a budget build, and she's always just the worst card, the card you want to cut before the game finishes for game 2 and 3 as well. So yeah, she's not good enough, but I really like the art, I like the evocative nature of the posing that she's coming down a building on ropes, the doves, the light coming from behind. It's just, yeah. I'm no art critic, but I do really like this art, and I really like the card. Here's my depiction of a bird. They have 2 eyes and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. There's Jessian Thief on screen now compared to the original art. I think you'll find it hard to tell them apart because it's so good. But yeah, so I'm getting to 10,000 subs now. We are 1 or 2 away as of the time of recording. So hopefully that will be enough by tonight. So, drop a comment below to let me know what you thought of Justice League, whether you agree with what I was saying. You probably do, everyone's thinking it was crap. Let me know if you've got any ideas of what I should do for the 10k as well, or anything else you want to see on the channel in the future. I've got gameplay recorded for both budget, modern and vintage to go from 2 extremes of the money scale, and I've got some EDH gameplay that I want to get done, and I've got some other unique content coming up as well. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. Click some of the links on screen now to other content by me, because this is quite a unique version of my content. Normally I'm not shouting about DC characters, I'm normally chatting about dicks. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon.